This way too early Week 1 NFL Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by Wynn Bet. Bet $50 at WynnBet and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBet. Download the WynnBet app now or visit WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And make sure to download the SGPN app, your home for all of our free picks and podcasts. Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer? Dog.
It feels like I'm watching or listening to a game of chicken between you and the room back there on when they're going to cut over and when you're going to throw that heater, just like Kayvon Thibodeau did at Yankee Stadium. It was a bit high and outside, but yeah.
Ryan,
I'm complimenting you. He's an elite athlete.
We are talking National Football League now. We expect the win totals, the NFL Week 1 lines to be up on the WynnBet app soon. But we're in the Wynn in Las Vegas at the Blue Wire Studio. They got the Week 1 numbers popped up here over on the Sportsbook, Ryan. We gotta give our early takes. Now we will be giving our official takes in a couple months here from this very studio when we're out here for NFL Week 1, but what are we not going to talk about NFL Week 1 lines? Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, apologies to whatever we were going to cover today. The NFL Week 1 lines take priority.
Yes.
And, Sean, we are going to give some actionable betting information. I'm betting on something today at the book, so I'm going to give out a bet. Maybe you can join me and not be a huge pussy.
That is the goal here, giving out bets that people can get down on.
I heard you being like, lean, maybe I won't be official. There's training camp, OTAs.
I don't want to lie. I got a lock, I got a dog, I got parlays, and I want people to tune into the Week 1's Picks podcast. So I'm teasing them, and maybe they want to lock it up now. If you do, head over to wynnbet.com, download that Wynn betting app. First off, bet $50, get $200 in free bets. Yes, please. 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 at the WynnBet Casino. You can also bet on the match as well. That's exciting. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen dueling it out in golf over at the Wynn golf course, which is such a nice course. So much action over on the Wynn betting app. Of course, get the build your own bets for the NBA, hockey, so much action. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Kramer, let's do it. Let's start giving out some picks. NFL Week 1.
Week 1, Thursday night, they did it for us, Sean. They gave us Buffalo and the Rams. We're going to be out in Las Vegas. We'll be watching this somewhere with a lot of people with action on the game. And God, what a great projected opening game this is.
Well, and you remember last year, it was Bucks, Cowboys.
Yep. Horrible.
Bucks won, didn't get the cover, but I did go viral with my photo of me taking a selfie, and in the background it is a Cowboys girl and guy. The girl was
so sad,
both wearing jerseys, both crying. She was wearing a tutu.
Oh, so sad.
I got to dig up that photo. That thing was hilarious.
I think you need to just make a note in your calendar. We need it. We need an anniversary. Just make sure you tweet out the anniversary of that. People love anniversaries, so it could even go more viral than the first. We start out with a pick'em, a pure pick'em, Sean, which is kind of fair, right? The Rams do have a bit of a neutral field out here. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of Bills fans making the trip in early September. 110 each way on the money line. 52 is the total. First, my initial thoughts are you're an absolute savage to say bet the under here. That's something you do in September. We love Buffalo. But Buffalo has a brand new offensive coordinator, and I don't think enough is being said about that. I think my optimism. Shut up!
I just love it. It's like, oh yeah, now that Dable, aka it turns out he's also the Giants head coach. But that aside, can this organization figure it out?
Like a good lawyer,
yeah,
I am building a ironclad case from every angle. But Dave's aside, everyone does agree he's a great adjuster in game. So will Ken Dorsey be that? Don't you have to why are the Rams not getting any respect? They are at home. They are going to be dropping a banner. They are the defending champs. They mostly are intact. I don't think they're a team I project to take a huge step back. And I think anytime there's coaching change like this, you have to pay attention. So
I don't know. This is tough to fade those Bills. You saw how the Bills ended their season. They're going to be coming with a chip on their shoulder. Now, normally
there's so much public money on this already.
On the Rams.
No, I'm just saying, like, the number being a pick'em suggests the books expect everyone to want to bet the Bills. And so could we wait and maybe even get the Rams as a home dog to open the season as the defending Super Bowl champions?
Teams who are the defending Super Bowl champs usually do well, pretty well against the spread. Tampa Bay, of course, being the outlier last year.
That was a big number.
I don't know. Can I really go against Josh Allen in prime time? No, I can't. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Stafford's cooked. They're done.
Yeah, I think these guys at the window are Stafford fans. They're not happy with that state. All right, let's move over to Sunday. Baltimore, the Ravens. They're taking on the Jets. Ravens laying 5 on the road, minus 215 on the money line, plus 175 for the Jets. 45 is the total. The Ravens, will Lamar Jackson be happy? He lost his pro BFF in Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown, by the way, joining his college BFF in Kyler Murray. As the league turns, days of our league will be delightful.
Well, is he joining Kyler Murray? Because Kyler Murray not showing up at OTAs.
Not at OTAs.
I thought the Murray drama was over.
No, not at OTAs, and we got the gift from the gods. The Arizona Cardinals are the Hard Knocks team this year, Sean. We get J.J. Watt. We get soft-ass Kyler Murray. We get weird-ass D-Hop. We get Cliff Pimp-ass Kingsbury.
They are, but to be clear, they are the
is it the all or
they're the all or nothing. They're the in-season one, not the preseason one.
Oh, why would they break the news like they're the Hard Knocks team?
I'm pretty sure. Double check, but I think that was the issue.
Okay. They've done that before. You just ruined everything. Anyway, Ravens laying 5 on the road. Lamar, there are some questions there. He does seem disappointed with the franchise.
Arizona to be featured on HBO's Hard Knocks in season.
Oh. Well, all right. I'll take Hard Knocks in season.
That's what I just said.
In season, Kyler.
The series is set to premiere this fall in the second half of the season.
Everything
on HBO,
that's even better.
And streaming on HBO.
That's even better. They're going to be sucking by then.
Yeah,
they suck in the second half.
Cliff Kingsbury falls off a cliff.
Baltimore minus 5. Don't you just want to? Doesn't this scream grab the Jets at home? Lot of reason to be optimistic. Zach Wilson takes a step forward. Zach Wilson, another offseason, more weapons around him. We like the coach, his defensive scheme, Robert Saleh. There's a lot of reason to say, why is Baltimore laying all these points? They reloaded the defense.
Because Baltimore's really good. Give me Baltimore.
Yeah. Is that the smart play?
Yeah.
What does this number close bigger or smaller, if you had to guess?
I would say it closes at 6, right? They're opening at 5.
Give me the Jets. I'm going to be high on the Jets, I think.
Yeah. I think we were last year.
I like Zach Wilson. I like the idea that he takes a step forward, and Joe Theismann was right. I'll
have to see how Zach Wilson looks in camp.
Okay. Is this every pick for you?
Well,
yeah, I like this side. But
I have some.
I got to see how the quarterback.
Takes.
Cleveland minus 4. What? Cleveland minus 4.5 in Carolina. Matt Rule back against the wall. First coach to be fired. Favorite, I would imagine. Plus 175 on the money line. Minus 215 for Cleveland. 43.5 is the total. Why is Cleveland laying 4.5 points? Because they think there's a chance Watson might play.
Yeah.
Brissett's not laying 4.5 on the road.
No, so I would.
Baker's not playing for this team.
Yeah, I would take.
If they were smart, I mean, it'd be so delightful if he had traded him to Carolina.
I'm taking Cleveland, but I would say don't bet this because assuming Deshaun Watson gets suspended, this probably closes at like 3. And Jacoby Brissett on the road, I think, can beat the Panthers. Panthers are pretty bad, right?
I like the narrative that he gets traded to Carolina. Baker.
Who? Oh, Baker? Oh, man,
it's
that would
a revenge
be great.
spot.
Nobody wants Baker. It's I think basically they're waiting because no one will pick up his Cleveland's not willing to take any of his salary. So that's why he's not being traded yet.
I think there's some folks outside trying to propose to us, Sean.
What's up, guys?
We love you too, bro.
You're the man.
Yeah,
Thumbs
you're the
up.
man.
I don't know. You realize we can't hear you.
Yeah, we see you. We see you.
He's showing us a chip. Okay, awesome.
Be careful. I might get lost in those eyes. I do like the shades.
Put it on the under tonight. The under is the play tonight.
Yeah, Golden State under. Golden State under.
I don't know about Golden State.
Carolina, I don't know if I can take them, though. But I'm just saying, like, if Watson's playing, I'm going to like the Browns. But it seems like he's going to be suspended. So I think you have to take Carolina.
Oh, I think there's going to be I think this will, like, Jacoby Brissett will be announced. And it might be like Cleveland pick 'em, and I'm going to be all over it.
All right, then I'll take Carolina.
All right, so you're taking Carolina plus 4.5.
Sounds like that's the EV right now. Indy heads to Houston.
EV King, Ryan Kramer.
EV King. Indy, the Colts, they head to Houston. My Texans, I got the over 4 wins already. Teaser alert. Don't got to wait to the AFC South preview to hear that one. Texans plus 8 at home, plus 300, minus 390 on the money line.
Dog.
What are we doing?
I mean, Matt Ryan is an 8-point road favorite. I know they have Jonathan Taylor. I know they have a decent offensive line, but are you kidding me? Have you seen Matt Ryan on the road?
Everyone seems to think that Lovie Smith is washed up because he couldn't do it in college. Lovie Smith was a successful defensive coordinator for a very long time. I expect this team at nothing else to play good defense. And then when you look at the other side of the ball, everyone talks so highly about what Pep Hamilton has done with young quarterbacks. Davis Mills looks like a competent starter. They have weapons all around him. They re-signed Brandon Cooks. Why are we saying this is a team that's tanking? And I'll say this: Pep Hamilton is a guy we're going to hear people talk about the closer we get to the season.
I don't think Texans are tanking at all. And
people
I think
are saying
in that
that
division they're going to be competitive.
People are saying it's a tank job, that they're putting Davis Mills out there to tank for the next time.
Davis Mills, Ryan, hot take alert. Is Davis Mills going to have a better year than Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
Did he have a better rookie year than Trevor Lawrence?
I'll make the bet that Davis Mills is better than Justin Fields.
Why you throwing my man Justin Fields?
Because I think Trevor Lawrence is in a similar situation. Like Pep Hamilton.
Davis Mills, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 66.8 completion percentage, yards per attempt, 6.8. I mean, you look at Trevor Lawrence. I'll pull up his stuff. But I get he's a better talent, but
no, forget the talent. He's got Doug Peterson, who has shown he can extract a lot out of
12 touchdowns, 17 interceptions.
But Sean, you're missing the point. They both have guys who have a track record of extracting the most out of their quarterback.
Yeah.
That's not something that Justin Fields has. So I guess from the perspective of getting back to the Texans, I don't.
Yeah, I was talking about the Texans, Davis Mills versus Trevor Lawrence. You wanted to throw some random Justin Fields shit
But
in there?
why is Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence is just as random. They're not playing.
No, they're in the AFC South.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay, but I would say Doug Peterson is going to help Trevor Lawrence be good. So I don't think I would maybe take 1 foot off of Trevor Lawrence sucks island because I think he might have a decent year this year. Anyway, Houston plus 8 is the obvious play, right?
Yeah, all over Houston plus 8. Sleeper. Oh, man, you're already playing fantasy on Sleeper. But now the over-under player props. We gave out some on our NBA Picks pod. Check that out for tonight's game against Warriors Mavs. Gave out all our plays there. 3-team player prop parlays. So fun. Get in there. Tag us. We will copy your picks. You can copy our picks. You can talk a little trash. You can tout when you hit something pretty sweet. And again, hitting these 3-teamers, you only need to go like 1 out of 4, and you're in the money as far as cash in these things. And you throw in the 100% deposit match up to $100. Tons of value there. Just go to sleeper.com/SGP, sleeper.com/SGP. 100% deposit match. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details.
I mean, you just do the math, right? You put 100, you get 100.
Yep.
That's 200. Let's say your unit's $20.
Okay.
That gives you 10 units. To your point, if you can't hit 20% here, you're a loser anyway. So thanks for trying.
We've done all we can.
Yeah. Jacksonville. They had the nation's capital to take on the Washington Redskins / football team / Commanders.
Who are the Commanders, Ryan?
Carson Wentz is laying 3.5 points.
Man.
Week one.
Revenge spot with Doug P.
Well, not only this gets better. The plot thickens. The NFL as the league turns. Sorry, days of our league. -195 on the money line. Jacksonville +160. 44 is the total. Sean, do you remember how Carson Wentz's season ended in Indy?
Yeah.
Well, he lost to Jacksonville in a game. All he had to do was win. And they
Couldn't
were in the
handle the
playoffs.
pressure.
If they make the playoffs, he's still the Colts quarterback. What is the NFL doing?
That is
here?
true.
He's mentally weak. It's Doug P. It's the team
Let's
that
go
ended.
Jags.
I mean, why are they laying 3.5?
Well, because the Jags are still pretty bad.
You want to hear a take I've heard multiple times this offseason? The Washington football team, the Commanders are going to be better just because Carson Wentz is a clear NFL quarterback where Taylor Heineke wasn't. Are you sure about that?
You know, Wentz certainly has those. He still has those athletic throws, but he also has like left-handed throws for interceptions. I mean that came against the Titans
Ron
at
Rivera.
home that he completely threw away. If I was the coach, if I was Ron Rivera, I would start the QB meeting with, if I ever see you throw a football with your left fucking hand again, you're never playing for our team. Yeah. You are a right-handed quarterback. Try and throw a left-handed ball. I dare you.
Sometimes youth soccer coaching moment. You have to remind girls that like, hey, your right foot's stronger. So Carson Wentz, grown man, same conversation. He's 100% going to get benched at some point.
What I worry about is Ron Rivera early on has the defensive line fired up. Yep. They push Jacksonville's offensive line around, which I still think has issues. Trevor Lawrence isn't able to get it done. That's my concern. I'm with you, though. I'm on Jags.
I actually think they might. I mean, I think whether or not Trayvon Walker becomes a #1 pick elite pass rusher, I think Trayvon Walker is going to contribute to that defense. I think the defensive line could be quite good. They still have Josh Allen. And I think, to me, this is all about, could Washington score a bunch of points on Jacksonville? Yes, maybe. Maybe it's in the running game, but I'm not laying 3.5 with Carson Wentz blind. Why would you do that? You don't have to do that.
No.
Don't be. And New England, the Patriots head down to Miami. Usually like this game to be played later in the season, but, man, it's going to be hot. Miami -3, -160. New England +135. 44.5 is the total. There's no reason to take New England.
I know.
There's zero.
New England always struggles against them, and I made New England my lock last year against the Dolphins. They were running it in. Who was it that fumbled?
What?
Was it one of those? I think Ramondre Stevenson.
That's
Damian Harris. One of those guys.
Stevenson.
Fumbled on the way into the end zone. The Dolphins won a game and then proceeded to lose 7 in a row and then won 7 in a row. They had a wild-ass season. Man, I love New England here. I love New England catching points. I love Bill Belichick against a guy making his coaching debut, but they struggled down in Florida early, especially with the heat and humidity.
Sean,
I'm taking New England +3.
You didn't mention the key point.
Yeah.
Joe Judge is at minimum the quarterback's coach, at maximum the offensive coordinator.
So what is Belichick? Is he like super progressive? He doesn't like put a label on things? Have they not named him the offensive coordinator?
Do you know
he doesn't identify as any sort of position?
No, my theory is it's a tryout.
Really? What's his official job on the website? Do we not have this?
You know, Belichick likes multiple personnel sets.
I don't.
They have not assigned.
I'm taking New England +3, but no. I gotta see how this shakes out.
In Miami, Sean.
Right. All right, Miami -3. I just hate betting on Tua.
All right, here's a hot take. For as high as you were on Mac Jones last year, and I think we were generally as a show, I think he takes a big step back. Joe Judge is his coach. New Orleans, the Saints, heads to Atlanta.
I love how Ryan's just weaving this narrative of like, we got rid of the problem. The problem was Joe Judge. The problem was
we drained the swamp.
Who was that slick-haired guy you had before? Who was the problem?
Macadoodle?
Yeah, McAdoo, who actually got you guys to the playoffs.
Pat
ran
Shermer
him
was,
out of town.
Pat Shermer was the best
Oh,
coach.
hey, the one guy who got you to a playoff game. Get this piece of shit out of here.
He was a weirdo, too, though.
He's on the Giants.
Dave's wears like Air Jordans. He's fucking cool as shit. The Saints head to Atlanta.
Hate week.
They call this hate week. It's week 1. And somehow the Saints changing coaches. No more Sean Payton.
I mean, if Sean Payton was here, I might like the Saints laying 4.
They're -4. -205 on the money line. Plus 170 for the Falcons. 41.5 is the total. I just don't understand. You might not know.
Mariota, Jameis. This is the number 1, number 2 quarterbacks from back in the day. It's funny if you would go back and the journey they've had so far. But
yeah.
Atlanta as a home dog, I get it. New Orleans is probably a better team, but especially early, I think Atlanta is going to be tough, and especially
I don't quite understand.
I think Arthur Smith could bring in some interesting RPO type stuff that they haven't seen yet. I think they might be a tough team to defend early on, especially.
Honestly, I think 2 things. I think everyone is obviously Atlanta's salary cap situation. The roster probably isn't. It's probably similar to the Giants, where it's probably not as deep as it needs to be a top echelon team. But do I think in a second year of a system for a coach that has built very efficient offenses, maybe he called up Mariota and said, "Hey, come down here, run the offense. We're gonna run. We're gonna use your legs. We're gonna do shit different. Your career, this is let's give you one more chance and let's run out something similar to what we were doing in Tennessee. We got some big fucking receivers. Like, you don't have to be the most accurate guy. Just get the ball in their vicinity." And I see no reason why in a rivalry game they should be catching 4 points. 4 points is a suggestion. Like, I understand Baltimore -5 against the Jets because Baltimore is a top tier team and the Jets are a bottom tier team. So I understand that gap. I do not understand it in a divisional rivalry game where we have no fucking clue what the Saints are going to be. We have no clue.
Yeah, as a 4-point road favorite in a division game, it makes no sense.
With a home. I mean, granted, Chick-fil-A won't be open, but Atlanta they do have a home field. It's a dome. Like,
they're going to be up for that game.
They always play these games tight. It's crazy. Philly. Sean, the Eagles, they head to Detroit.
Let's go.
Just like we're heading to Detroit coming up here. Detroit, the Lions, +4.5, +170 on the money line.
Value here.
-205 for the Eagles. 46.5 is the total. A.J. Brown, super team has been assembled.
Yep, let's
James
go.
Bradbury, super team has been assembled. Everyone is I will say, if I was an Eagles fan, I'd be a little concerned that a lot of people who aren't Eagles fans are running to the window to bet Eagles to win division.
Yeah, you're trying to put your mush on them.
Eagles future. I even think this is a can't miss team. I don't know how they don't make the playoffs. They're the classic example of I'm not even kidding right now. I think they're a pretty high floor team.
Yeah,
just because of what
they have
Jalen
a really
Hurts
good
brings.
offensive line.
Whether
and they
or
have
not
a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over.
Whether or not they can achieve their ceiling, we'll see. But they're heading up to Detroit. Dan Campbell and the kneecap biters with a lot of weapons. Again, you always got to circle a couple matchups week 1 where you're like, if this team came out and just looked amazing. We've seen it, but we see it every year, Sean. We see it every year. We talked about this earlier with the where I mentioned it with the Jets. But you have Atlanta as a good example. I think a lot of people are going to be betting the one team that's popular, the team that has a lot of the like media momentum. It is a clearly better team, but it's the NFL and it's week 1. But I still can't get behind Detroit. I can't do it with Detroit.
No, and again, 4.5. I think this opened at 4. So if you like the Eagles, and you should, I would probably bet this one now because I think it's not going to get lower. I don't imagine a scenario where it gets to 3.5. It's going to get to 6 before it gets to 3.
Jalen Hurts getting hurt.
Well, yeah. I mean, a massive. I mean,
I'm gonna have to wait to see how training camp goes, and then
oh, come on! You're making fun of my training camp tapes. We'll see. I have an eye for talent, Ryan.
Yes.
Talking to a guy who picked out Mac Jones to be the best person in the rookie class. Oh man, I'm looking forward to summer because you know why, Ryan?
Because
sweaty sack summer is approaching, and it's not a sweaty sack when you got Manscaped, man. These Manscaped boxers I've been rocking. Oh, so comfortable. They have they even trademarked it. They call it the jewel pouch. That's when you know they're serious about below the belt comfort And quote unquote, I love the copy here. I think it's time to invest in your family jewels. So I don't know what you've been doing with your jewels. Maybe keeping it safe. Maybe have them appraised. I don't know if you can get that done. But let your bulge breathe, and you get 20% off and free shipping. Again, oh man! First off, the boxers are really nice, buttery soft. The travel pouch is awesome, as well as the jewel pouch. Micromodal. Again, I don't really know what micromodal is, if I'm being completely honest. I can vouch for the fact that the fabric is buttery soft and breathable, keeping your cucumber cool. Manscaped.com. Promo code SGP, 20% off and free shipping. Also, Ryan, of course, Athletic Greens. That's why they call me Sean Athletic Greens. Borrowed one of Ryan's travel packs because I didn't want to miss a day of my AG1. Oh, man. I immediately wasn't feeling great after I had my coffee. Then I fired in the AG1. Got a little – normally I have it before the coffee, but as soon as that AG1 hit my body, I immediately felt better. Maybe it was the 75 high-quality vitamins. Maybe it was the minerals. Maybe it was the whole food source superfoods. Maybe the probiotics. Maybe the adaptogens, Ryan. I don't know what it is. All I know is my immune system, my recovery, my focus. It all feels better, if I'm being honest. And, again, they hook you up, too. You get a free one-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is go to athleticgreens.com/SGP. That's athleticgreens.com/SGP to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Sean, the YouTube chat, as always, pointing out things we're doing wrong. I did lay points with Tua, and Wes points out that I thought we were betting against righties throwing lefty. Is he insinuating that Tua?
Oh, I think there could be some. You know what? Yes. What am I doing? I'm officially switching back to New England +3. I cannot go on the record as a Tua backer. I have a reputation and a brand.
You do. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. Another rivalry here, low key. One that Big Ben owned. We'll see if the next guy can. The Steelers, they head to Ohio to take on the Bengals, who are laying 6.5, -290 on the money line. Pittsburgh, +230. 44.5 is the total.
Mike Tomlin as a dog catching this many points. I understand Cincinnati. I think they have made improvements with their offensive line. We'll see. Jesse Bates, their safety, he wants a new deal. There's a chance the Eagles end up snagging him if he ends up being so unhappy he doesn't want to play in the franchise tag.
Super team assemble.
But I love Mike Tomlin as a dog. I love Mike Tomlin over 7.5 wins. I love when they doubt Mike Tomlin because Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, they have an infrastructure. They are truly an organization. And their defense, I think, is really good. They're going to be competitive in this game. They're going to be fired up. Am I worried about Mitch Trubisky? Sure. You would, who I would assume is start. Maybe Kenny Love Pickett plays here. Either way, I'm on the Steelers +6.5. Division game, week 1.
This gets the 7, right? I mean, the number is begging you to take the Bengals, right? Like it's telling the public, go bet the Bengals. They're testing the waters here. I do think Pittsburgh is going to need to show up. I worry that their defense is going to have to be relied on too heavily. We are relying on a rookie, Kenny Pickett, and a 6-year college player, rookie, Kenny Pickett, and Mitch Trubisky. I like Tomlin from the principle of like he will have a solid team that finishes around 500 and is competing for a playoff spot by the end of the year. I just don't think it's going to be there week 1 with this team. So I'm actually going to take the Bengals right now.
Wow.
I think this gets to 7. I think if you're going to bet Pittsburgh, you'll get a better number in September. But I'll have to check in with training camp and see. Sanford, the last of the early games. Anything else you want to add to Mike Tomlin?
No, to me it's just Tomlin division game. When in doubt, I'm gonna lean to these division games and points.
Bengals team's pretty fucking good. Moonoff, shout out to Moonoff, banging on the glass out there. San Francisco, the Niners, they're heading to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears +6.5, +240 at home, -295 for the Niners. 42 is the total. This Bears team could be a wreck this year, but is Trey Lance going to be a 6.5 point road favorite?
Trey Lance. We don't even know who their quarterback is.
Trey Lance?
He went from 200 to 1 MVP to 60 to 1. And I know I'm probably violating a lot of gaming laws, but send me your Trey Lance MVP money. I will figure out a way to book that. Like, are we kidding? He hasn't even won the starting job yet. And yeah, he's running with the first team in OTAs, but that's because Jimmy G's still not healthy. Like, there's certainly now if Jimmy G plays, but even that, like 6.5 point road favorite.
I don't love the Bears side of this, but give it to me. I just can't. I mean, Trey Lance is I don't even know how to say this, but I don't know why a bunch of nerds who look at spreadsheets and Raz scores and play fantasy football have somehow convinced people that Trey Lance is going to be good. Sean, he played like 8 games in college at the FCS level. What are we missing here? I really hope we're not wrong about Trey Lance. It will be annoying if we're wrong about Trey Lance. All right, moving to the afternoon slate. Green Bay taking on the Vikings. Vikings 1.5 point home dogs, plus 105 on the money line, minus 125 for the Packers. 49 the total. I know the Vikings typically play the Packers well. I don't know. I don't know if you want to get
1.5 is
it's
crazy.
a pick 'em. I don't know if you want to play that.
And, you know, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a little chip on his shoulder. Oh, you know, Devontae Adams, that was the reason you were winning all those MVPs. I think A-Rod gets up for this game. Aaron Rodgers is definitely a guy where it's obvious where he gets up or not for games.
He's not losing to Kirk Cousins.
Not week 1, especially. And I think, new defense, new coach. Like, Minnesota has a lot of stuff to figure out. Say what you will about the Chris Paul of the NFL, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
I think especially regular season, especially early, he's going to be dialed in. Give me that all day, laying 1.5.
I mean, I understand the principle of why you would want to take the Vikings. I just same, there's just I liked the idea of Zimmer maximizing that roster and that talent and knowing like how to play the Packers well. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Kansas City, the Chiefs. Sean, this is an interesting week 1 matchup. They're taking on the Cardinals in Arizona. Arizona +3, plus 130 on the money line, minus 155 for the Chiefs. 53 is the total. I know they didn't have a full hangover last year, and we know the water in Kansas City does not cure hangovers. The water in Arizona absolutely cures hangovers. That dry heat. Look, the Cardinals are good early in the season, right?
They are, but so is Andy Reid opening day. Andy Reid opening day, you're going to see trends. Andy Reid opening day straight up. Yeah, Andy Reid with a ton of time to prepare versus Cliff Kingsbury. Andy Reid debuting his Tyreek Hill-less offense. Kyler Murray without DeAndre Hopkins. Kyler Murray, a man who today, Ryan, is not at OTAs. Kansas City -3.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of the road chalk early.
What worries me is that Arizona does tend to start well. Kingsbury's best teams are his week 1 to like week 4 teams. So, all right, this is that's the first 2 of the afternoon slate. Next up, the Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. Los Angeles Chargers, of course, have no home field advantage, especially against the Raiders. They're still laying 4 points.
Raiders are a 4-point home dog in Los Angeles.
Plus 205 on the money line. Raiders plus 170. 52 is the total.
It's a field goal game. It always is. Raiders +4 is crazy.
The Chargers are loaded.
Yeah, I know that, Ryan. What does that have to do with whether they win or lose? They have a great roster every year. Don't you remember the tie game? I mean,
revenge spot. They knocked them out of the playoffs, Sean. Give me the Chargers. I'm going to be high on the Chargers once again. For those wondering.
Laying 4, though, Ryan. You know this is going to come down to a field goal. 100%.
No, I think we're going to be – I think after week 1 we're going to be talking a lot about how the Herbert MVP odds have dropped drastically. He's come out, had an amazing game against the defense that definitely has holes in it. Yeah, all day. This might be
okay. Look at these past scores: 32-35, 28-14, 30-27, 26-31, 27-24, 24-26.
You're just saying numbers,
right? But these are 1-score games, and you're getting 4 points.
That's you getting into a fender bender, staring at the rearview mirror. I'm looking in the windshield. Herbert and the boys roll. The AFC West best team gets off to a dynamic start against the Las Vegas Raiders. And you know what? Their crowd's going to be chippy. I think the Chargers will show up for this one. Giants, my Giants get one of the 4 afternoon game slots against the Tennessee Titans. Who did this? Why would
I'm
they
missing Lenny Dykstra right now?
Why is this not the? Why is this
not prime time?
Why is this
Dave's making his debut?
Dave's making his debut. Heading to Tennessee. Tennessee -6.5, -295 on the money line, +240 for the Giants. 44 is the total. Obviously, you have no idea what this offense is going to look like. It's going to be very difficult to scheme up against the love child of the Kansas City Chiefs, Mike Kafka, and Dabes from the Buffalo Bills. So that's one side of it. The other side is Ryan Tannehill is going to be a man on a fucking mission this year. And I don't know if I want to Ryan Tannehill is a dude I don't know if I want to bet against too often, but Ryan Tannehill laying 6.5 points is also that's a lot of points for Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, and he has struggled to win games without AJ Brown. This is tough because obviously I think the Giants are like a 4-win team.
What do you mean, obviously?
No, I mean, I walked through the schedule. I think they're going to really struggle to win games. You have
Terrell's like, I walked through the schedule, and I'm seeing 12 wins.
5.
Sean, dead face, goes, yeah, I walked through the schedule. 4, maybe.
No, I'm not kidding.
You are. It's a bit. It's a bit.
No, we go through this every year.
It's a bit.
I don't like laying 6.5, but for this Giants team, which is, as I've noted, the worst team in the NFL straight up for the past 10 years, until I see otherwise, Ryan, I got to fade the Giants. Give me Tennessee laying 6.5. I might change my mind. Because if I was you, I'd go, now that they don't have A.J. Brown, the best receiver in the league, they're going to lose to the Giants.
It's certainly like the weakness of the Giants defense this year will be their secondary. And so, yeah, could Robert Woods, if he's healthy, could the rookie Treylon Burks do some damage? Maybe, but I'm definitely going to like the Giants' chances against teams that don't have dynamic pass catchers. Sunday night football, and yeah, the money line +240 is interesting. Tampa, Sunday night football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a rematch of the Thursday night game last year. This time it's in Dallas. The Bucs head to Dallas. Tom Brady, he's back for another one. Will his arm stay on? Has he been to Germany? No, he gets to go in season to smuggle his goods back legally on the team plane. Bucs -2 in Dallas, -135 on the money line. Dallas +115. 52 is the total.
Bucks, baby. Come on.
That's a lot of respect for the Bucs.
2-point is it? I mean, they're a very good
Mike
team.
McCarthy and this Cowboys team. It's a bus with loose lug nuts on every tire.
I mean, again,
Zeke at the wheel, just chowing down on some chicken noodle soup. You got to take the ball.
I am a little worried how the team is going to do with Todd Bowles as the head coach. I get it. Like Tom Brady's going to coach essentially, but yeah. I don't know, man. You know, I know Bruce Arians kind of got a reputation as a guy who partied a bunch and wasn't grinding it out.
Watch your tongue.
Bruce Arians won a lot of games in the NFL.
Hokey great.
I'm saying maybe they struggle without Bruce Arians.
All right, so we're taking the Cowboys?
No.
For those new to the program, even though the Cowboys might appear to be a decent spot here, they're not.
Yeah, because they're the Cowboys. You can't overlook the fact that they're the Cowboys. Give me the Bucs laying 2.
Yeah, what are we doing? Although I got to imagine this number's going to move, right?
It's on 9/11. It's Sunday night football, and you have Tom Brady making his triumphant return after briefly retiring. You're telling me the NFL isn't going to make sure Tom Brady wins?
Fucking emperor walking out. I mean, Jerry Jones is the emperor in this scenario. All right, Monday Night Football. So explain to me why we only got one Monday night game week 1 and there's 2 week 2.
No idea.
Okay. Denver.
Normally they do the 2 week 1, but this week they're doing it week 2. I don't know if it has something to do with all the broadcaster shakeup.
Maybe. Yeah, they want to make sure Herb Street needs a couple days off after each broadcast to get the swelling down, go in the ice tub. The Denver Broncos. I mean, again, these schedulers, Sean. as if it's not a fixed soap opera, the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson head back to Seattle week 1, Monday Night Football, to take on his first game as a Bronco is in the same stadium he's played at for the last 10 years.
I mean, does the NFL know how to schedule a season, or does the NFL know how to schedule a season?
God damn, those tits are nice. Broncos -4, -200 on the money line. Seattle +165. 41 is the total.
Will Danger Russ get booed?
Are you fucking serious? Denver's -4 on the road week 1. We love Denver at home early in the season. We love Denver at home early in the season. I don't give a shit what you think about Pete Carroll and this team, this roster. Give me Pete Carroll and the boys. They're going to mess this game up. It's going to junk it up. And you know what the key point everyone is kind of brushed under the rug, Sean, in Denver, because Russ is there? Vic Fangio is the greatest defensive coordinator we've had in the league consistently over the last couple decades. I mean, and he's not there anymore.
Unlike Brian Daboll, I think they will miss.
So you're saying the Bills won't miss Dave's?
No.
Why are you throwing that in? That's not even related to what we're talking about.
You're just
related. Trying to be mean.
It's about a coordinator leaving and having an impact on that side of the ball.
Super team, assemble. Seattle.
I'm with you. Seattle +4 is going to be fun. Hopefully you can get like an under 42 because there's no way that's it. They're going to run the ball 40 times. They'll be like the Houston Gamblers. It'll get Colby back into the NFL.
We're going to be.
They didn't use the forward pass once.
Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, and Kenneth Walker are all going to have over 15 carries.
Although Rashad Penny, Ryan, did you see the news? Banged up. Not good for one of your many best ball teams.
He's always banged up. It's part of the gig. That's why they drafted Kenneth Walker.
Are we going to give out a way too early lock, dog, and tease?
All right.
If we do that, we should mention that IP Vanish. It's never too early to think about your internet security. It could be too late. You don't want to, whatever you're doing, you want it encrypted, you want it safe, secure, and IP Vanish takes care of you. IP Vanish you can use on streaming devices. Again, it's just, you want a safe internet connection. You're traveling, you're at some coffee shop, you're accessing some sketchy Wi-Fi. You want to be safe, you want to be secure. IPVanish gets that done. They can hide your location. They can do it all. IPVanish.com/SGP, 70% off the yearly plan. Are you kidding me? IPVanish.com/SGP. Claim your 70% savings. IPVanish.com/SGP. And 30-day money back guarantee. So
lock. Atlanta hate week. I'm walking.
+4.
I'm leaving Vegas with a ticket on this game right now. Today.
Okay.
Dog. Jacksonville +160.
Ooh.
Doug Peterson is not losing to Carson Wentz.
That's fair.
Consideration for Seattle, but I ended up going with I think the Doug P over Carson Wentz is a stronger angle than Pete Carroll over Russ Wilson. And for the tease. Oh, man, it's been so long since I've even had to think about a tease, Sean. I'm looking at my the things I like, and I don't have a lot of good tease EV. But let's, you know what? Bengals aren't going to lose to the Steelers here. Let's tease that down to essentially a pick 'em. Let's tease the Houston Texans up to 14. that feels pretty good. And, Kansas City +3 against maybe Kyler week 1 feels good.
All right. What do we got here? Okay. Now for my lock. NFL week 1.
Oh, hold on.
Lock.
Hold on. No,
yes.
Trevor in the chat just mused me. Take Kansas City off my card. Give me Seattle +10.
Seattle +10. All right. Yeah. Teasing across 0. For my lock.
It's bad practice.
I'm going to go Green Bay -1.5. I mean, come on. Fucking Aaron Rodgers against a new coach?
That's fair.
And you're getting it out of pick 'em? I get it.
Will you walk out of Vegas with – I might bet this too because this goes to 3.
Yeah, it 100% does. For my dog, unlike Kramer, I'm not scared. Give me the big dog getting off the leash. Houston Texans at 3-1? Come on.
Home.
As a home dog?
I thought you were going to go Atlanta +170. I did.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
For my tease. Now, tease could get interesting here. I'll take Tennessee to -0.5. That is a great tease opportunity. Raiders up to 10. And then I will take Atlanta up to 10 as well.
How did I not tease Atlanta?
I mean, get it up to double digits?
You know why? Because I locked it up.
Yeah.
Obvious rule.
All right. That was fun. Can't wait till we do it for real, Ryan. This is just, again, this is our own training camp talking about the National Football League. Give us a follow on Twitter at Gambling Podcast. And we're giving away free merch every Monday, a.k.a. Merch Monday. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Merch Monday, all one word, on MERCH Monday. We will be back live talking NBA tomorrow, tipping off around
11
a.m. Pacific time. And, subscribe to the YouTube so you don't miss the live chat as well, youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
You got to stop talking shit about Dave's.
Kramer, let it ride.